Welcome everyone to Monday Morning Morons for March 18th, 2019. This week, let's begin with the new de facto leader of the Morons. Ocasio-Cortez again proves she's clueless on economics. Yep, Miss Occasionally Coherent is at it again, showing us all the vast knowledge she acquired while studying economics in Boston. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Democrat, New York, exposed her economic ignorance again this week when she argued that bankers should be liable for borrowers' mistakes. During Capitol Hill testimony from Wells Fargo CEO Timothy Sloan, Ocasio-Cortez contended that if in the event of an oil spill on the Dakota Access Pipeline, which Wells Fargo helped finance, the bank should be held responsible. If there was a leak from the Dakota Access Pipeline, Ocasio-Cortez asked rhetorically, why shouldn't Wells Fargo pay for the cleanup of it, since it paid for the construction of the pipeline itself? Because we don't operate the project, Sloan responded. We provide financing to the company that's operating the pipeline. This is getting embarrassing. Now, here's the thing, and I can't believe I'm actually going to say this, but I disagree with Mr. Ortiz here. She is not as dumb as you might think. She knows that. Or at least I should hope she knows that banks are not responsible for what people do with the money they loan you. It's why you don't sue Ford or GM when a drunk driver kills someone. They sold you a product. What you do with that product is your responsibility. In the case of bank loans, the product is money itself. Now, as we all know, the bank is interested in what you're buying with that money. It's why a car loan is different than a house loan. But their interest only extends to the risk to their money. As long as they can be reasonably assured that they will get their money back, they don't much care what you buy. Further, as Sloan rather bluntly answered, the bank does not run, manage, oversee, or operate the things you buy with that money. She knows that. She has to know that. Fucking 5-year-olds know that. Even AOC isn't that damn dumb. No, what she's doing here, I think, is a warning. Just like the other protests we've seen against actors or TV personalities or YouTube stars or whatever. If you don't do exactly what we want, we will try to remove you from society. We will get you kicked off social media sites so that no one can hear you anymore. We will get you fired from your job so you can't make a living anymore. We will stop you from raising income through Patreon, PayPal, and the like. And then we will cut off your bank too. If you do not do our bidding, you will be excluded from society because you are the dangerous one. Like the good little totalitarian she is, she's telling Wells Fargo and all the other banks listening, if you finance things we don't like, we will come after you too. She knows she can't hold Wells Fargo responsible right now, but if more like her are elected into government, they will write laws to correct that. They will bankrupt anyone and everyone who does not do what she wants them to do, even the banks themselves. And this is where her stupidity comes back into the story. She thinks money magically comes from the government. She thinks she can bully the banks. She thinks that if she can bankrupt them, then she can redistribute all that yummy money she wants to get her hands on. She doesn't understand where money comes from, how its value is calculated, or how it circulates. She is just like most people I know with a Bachelor of Arts degree. They are just smart enough to be dangerous because they think they know a shitload more than they really do. I took a class in psychology in college, so I know all about how the brain works. I mean, I'm practically qualified to be a brain surgeon now. Like them, she was taught just enough to think she knows it all. And as she loves to demonstrate over and over again, she clearly doesn't. Now, as long as we're on the subject of money, Gonzaga finds a way to fund illegal immigrant scholarships. Gonzaga University has decided to crowdfund a scholarship for illegal immigrant students at the school. Gonzaga initially proposed the scholarship during the 2016-2017 school year and involved a $2.50 tuition hike that all students would pay unless they chose to opt out. Gonzaga promoted the scholarship in its morning newsletter. In April 2018, the funding for the scholarship shifted from a tuition hike to students trying to get private donations to fund the scholarship. The student government promoted the fundraiser for illegal immigrant students in a tweet Monday. The scholarship resolution passed unanimously in the Gonzaga student government in fall 2018. It allowed the school to seek private donations for the scholarship. Donations to the scholarship will benefit current Gonzaga students with undocumented status, who can then utilize the funds for books, tuition, or housing needs, according to the scholarship donation page. The page says that the unanimous passage of the scholarship indicates the student government's commitment to supporting the undocumented community. Campus Reform previously reported that while the scholarship would impact illegal alien students attending Gonzaga in 2018, supporters of the scholarship believed that it would achieve endowment status in the 2019-2020 school year. It is undeniable that the undocumented immigrants to this country are vulnerable to a great many things, as well as the disadvantage of not being eligible for federal student aid, Gonzaga Young Dems President Anthony Willens told Campus Reform. Because they are not American citizens, in case you forgot. This scholarship is an extremely important use of donations and or other funds because it takes a small step toward true solidarity. Willens further spoke to the perceived relevance of the scholarship at a Jesuit Catholic university. I think that as a Catholic institution, we are called to continue in the ministry of Jesus, he told Campus Reform. This means standing up and advocating for, as Jesus did, the most vulnerable members of God's creation. You know who else Jesus helped? The poor people right next to him. He didn't run off to like Japan or something and say, hey, come on over to the Roman Empire and we'll pay for everything. You'll love it. Instead of encouraging illegal immigrants to come here and suffer from the horrible discrimination, racism, and poverty you're constantly bitching about, how about you start helping your poor fucking neighbors first, huh? Oh, that's right. I totally forgot. America doesn't have any poor people, right? We have to import them. Personally, I hope you get this. And then ICE can just deport every single person you give this scholarship to. Look, I'm no lawyer, I don't know if we can, but I'd just love if ICE, DHS, or whoever would prosecute everyone doing this kind of stupid shit for aiding and abetting criminals. We do that for other crimes, why not start doing it for this too? This shit is never going to stop until we punish Americans for helping other people break the fucking law. Fuck it. Toxic time, Bob. California woman gets 15 years in prison for brutally beating grandfather 92 with brick. A Los Angeles woman was sentenced Thursday to 15 years in prison for the brick beating of a 92-year-old grandfather, a brutal attack that was captured on video and shared widely on social media. Lakeisha Jones, 30, of Los Angeles, was sentenced Thursday following her no contest plea to elder abuse charges in December. Prosecutors said Jones severely beat Rodolfo Rodriguez in the face with a brick on July 4th as the man was taking a walk. Rodriguez was left with 2 broken ribs, a broken cheekbone, and other bruising throughout his body. Prosecutors said Rodriguez did nothing to provoke the attack. A witness recorded video of Rodriguez as he sat dazed with his face bloodied. The witness also took a photo of a woman with a brick in her hand. Borjas said at one point, Jones yelled at Rodriguez, "Go back to your country." Rodriguez, who lived in Mexico but was visiting family in Los Angeles, was going for a walk in the neighborhood when he accidentally bumped into a child who was out with her mom, Rodriguez's grandson, Eric Mendoza told Fox 11. When he turned his back, they just tossed him on the floor and started hitting him. And then she grabbed a brick and started hitting him with the brick. And then out of nowhere, he saw 3 to 4 other guys just come rushing in just start stomping on him, Mendoza recalled his grandfather telling him. The case was not prosecuted as a hate crime. Jones was originally charged with attempted murder, but that charge was dropped after she negotiated a plea deal, KTLA reported. Oh, good grief, Bob. You should have just served this one up on a silver platter. It's very easy to see all the toxic masculinity going on here. 92-year-old man bumped into a child because he's socially programmed to take up space. Then 4 other men jumped on him and beat him up and... No. The woman did not start it, Bob. She was merely defending that child from the 92-year-old patriarchal shitlord who clearly thinks he has the right to go for a walk. Okay, let's wrap it up with a laugh. California man arrested after dousing neighbor's door in diesel, trying to light it on fire because he saw a ghost. What was he going to do exactly? Burn the ghost to death? It's already dead, genius. Fire won't hurt it. That's it for this week, folks. Remember the social justice mantra: women are victims, men are oppressors, and feminism is just about equality. I'll see you all next time.